Hi, everybody, for another edition of Voice of Reason. This is Jake Schwartz from the Borgata Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The 5th annual Dr. J Golf Classic comes to life and is presented by PGD Design. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by It's a Rodeo Catering. We do the grilling and you do the chilling. Tonight's stars from different generations or different sides of the world are going to be coming together as one, as supermodels, athletes, actresses, and actors, all coming together for a phenomenal cause. So sit back and relax, folks. It should be a night that will never be forgotten.
Okay.
Winky Wright, a 22-year veteran, joins us now at the Borgata Hotel. Sir, it is a pleasure to see you again, as always.
Thank you, man. I'm enjoying myself.
The Dr. J Golf Classic, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, whatever Dr. J do, whatever Julius does, you know, we always come out to support. He's a great guy, and you know, he's doing a lot of great things.
So tell us about what it was like dominating in the world of boxing.
It was just different. You know, we all at one time did our thing in our sport, and you know, I was lucky enough to, you know, do my thing and be put into the Hall of Fame, and now I'm just enjoying.
Are you still helping out with boxing?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I'm messing around with it a little bit, but I'm doing a lot of golfing now.
Well, enjoy your night here tonight. Champ, always a pleasure to have you here. That's the 3-time middleweight champion, Winky Wright. Matt, it's so good to see you back here on Voice of Reason.
So much fun.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
You look great, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't usually wear this during the games.
I know that.
During the games, I'm in a T-shirt and a baseball hat. But you know.
Well, we want to welcome you again here to Atlantic City, and again, it's so great to see you. Yeah. Talk about the Julius Erving Golf Classic. What does it mean to you?
Well, it's Doc. You know,
Doc,
like
yes.
It's. No one says no to that guy, and for a reason, because he just does so much. He did so much for the NBA. He does so much for the Salvation Army. He does so much for his foundation. You know, so yeah, it's him. It's a living legend, and a guy that I grew up with as a kid idolizing. You know, now I get to hang out with him sometimes.
22 year. Officially, is it 23? You've been with us.
23rd, yeah.
And this team is really moving in the right direction. Although heartbreaker last year in the second round of the playoffs, how far along is this team moving?
I got us winning 60 games.
You got what?
I got us winning 60. So it depends on the playoffs. You know that.
Yes.
You know, we could be great going into the playoffs, and then somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
You know, the matchups and stuff like that. But I think we're going to be playing in June this year.
Well, we're hoping you and I are going to be side by side. I may be the voice, but you're the voice of the 76ers. Matt Gordon, great to have you here on Voice of Reason. Always good to see you.
Okay, brother.
Okay.
Thank you.
Talking about Nancy Lieberman. Hi, Nancy. It's great to see you. Welcome to the Voice of Reason.
Well, I have a lot of things that I like to reason with, so thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. That's no pun intended, I heard.
It's very big fun.
Tell us about Julius Erving.
Great guy, lifelong friend. We're with each other for about 3 months in the Big Three, competing against each other. He's an amazing guy, as everybody knows, and we show up for each other. We honored him at my Nancy Lieberman Charities event last year. We honored him in Ice Cube. Here I am, reciprocating, because that's what we do.
And I want to go on record and state you look like $1 million. Every time I see you, I'm thinking this woman should still be playing. And you did make history, if I'm correct, a few years back. I believe as one of the oldest players to play in basketball.
I played 39, and then I played at 50 in the WNBA.
Well, you look like you could be 35, which is how old I actually am.
Like you, I'm coming back to the show.
Well, you know that I've had the privilege of, I know I didn't get a chance to meet much of you, but every time we have cross paths, you've always been so nice to me, and I really appreciate talking with you here tonight.
Thank
Nancy
you.
Lieberman, great to see you, and we'll definitely catch up.
Thank you.
Jake Schwartz again. Ladies and gentlemen, there are friends from different parts of the universe. That's what I was going to say to you. Ron Harper, welcome to the Voice of Reason. And you know we've had your son Ronald on many, many times. Yes. It's so great to see you as always.
How you been, my friend?
I feel great. You look great.
I try hard.
And how are you doing? What are you up to these days?
Just waiting for regular basketball season to start this year. So I see my son play and just enjoying the kids. Growing up and playing a lot of golf.
Tell us about Julius Erving and the relationship with him. I know he's been a dear friend of yours.
It's a special event. It's a special relationship with him because I try to pattern my game behind him. He's not only a great player, but a great person off the court.
And Ronald, how's he doing? He's over at Rutgers. He's enjoying himself.
Ronald spent 2 weeks across seas in Venice, Spain, and had a good time and came home happy.
Well, every time we see you, I just want to remind about the good old days, because you know I covered your son at Don Bosco pretty much for the 2 state titles that he played in.
You're going to have to watch my other son in a year. He's going to be at
Yes. Please give him and the family my best. Jake Schwartz again here with Ron Harper. Always great to see you, my friend. Jake Schwartz again here with the legendary Clyde The Glide. Drexler, I haven't seen you, sir, since Charlie Rosenleg's daughter's wedding. We had a good time in North Jersey. We're having a better time here at AC. How are you?
I'm good. Charlie's daughter's wedding, Alex, was phenomenal.
Yes.
And Charlie, just a great family.
Tell us about Julius Erving.
Julius Erving, he's a trendsetter. He's a role model. What he's doing now off the court is significant. He's changing the lives of a lot of kids. Obviously, we grew up watching Julius. He's always been the guy that you wanted to model after. I stole some of his finger rolls, some of his dunks,
yes.
and really enjoyed watching him play.
Yes.
But now, as a big brother, a mentor for many, many years, he continues to venture into new things and continue to contribute to society.
Like the Big Three, you were the commissioner of the Big League. Tell us about that.
The Big Three is incredible.
I got to be there for it.
Ice Cube, Jeff Quantinus,
yes.
They really are changing the game. Big Three is showing that it's great basketball, the best professional basketball in all of the summer, and so it's can't miss basketball. What Joe Johnson did this
yes.
year, Lisa Leslie, was phenomenal.
We hope to see that, more of that. Clyde The Glide, always good to see you. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jake Schwartz here with the Hall of Famer Marcus Allen. How are you doing tonight?
Great. Yourself?
Julius Erving, what can you say about him?
Well, I mean, how much time do you have? I can talk forever and ever about him, and they're all good things and stuff. But when a person and a player of his stature takes the time to help others, it says a lot about who he is. And I like to support Julius. He's one of my best friends. I love him, and hopefully we'll raise a lot of money tonight and for a worthy cause.
It's the 5th year of the event, and you yourself are here again. Tell us about how much fun this is going to be. And I'll tell you what, for a gentleman like yourself, you've had a phenomenal career. You're paying homage to yet another guy who had just as good a career as you did.
Well, I got to tell you something. He's been a mentor. You know, I've admired him for a long, long time, and it's really interesting for me as you grow up and you admire somebody, and then you become really, to get to know him and you become friends with him and stuff like that. And it's just we have a special relationship, and I really love that. I said it before, that he's an icon, dude.
Yes.
I mean, his brand is
I know that.
It stands in perpetuity. You know what I mean? So
these children love him.
Right. Well,
They do.
And the true sign of a legend is, it doesn't matter what decade it is. I mean, he's been relevant. I mean, he's been influencing people, like myself and many others for years. So the doctor's the man.
As have you. Thank you again for your time. You can call him a head coach, associate coach, former great 1980s player. I'm talking about Mike Woodson. Hello, Mike.
Hey, how are you?
Great to see you, and congratulations. I understand you're a first year here at the Dr. J Golf Classic. Your thoughts on his event?
Well, anytime Doc has something and you get invited, you got to come in and support it. Unfortunately for me, I hadn't been able to get here because I've been working, but this year I'm not coaching, and he invited me again, and I'm just happy to be here to support a wonderful cause and hang with Dr. J.
Mike Woodson, thank you so much for being here. Voice of Reason, always great to catch up with you.
All right, thank you.
Jake Schwartz again here with Mike Woodson. I could say this before, ladies and gentlemen, there are stars, there are superstars.
And then there's the voice.
And then there's the voice.
There's the voice.
Reggie Theus, welcome back to the Voice of Reason. Back here again for the 3rd year here on VOR Live.
Well, how about it?
It's great to see you, and congrats.
Nothing's changed with you.
I don't think so.
You're still great.
I try.
Your voice is still happening.
How are you doing? What are you up to these days?
Same old, same old. I'm in between coaching.
Okay.
But I coached in the Big Three this year.
Yes.
And I'm doing XM radio.
Yes. Tell us about that.
It's been a blast. NBA Talk Radio, XM Sirius Radio, it's been phenomenal.
Yes.
What a lot of fun. I get to be my own version of the voice.
You do get to be your own version of the voice. Tell us about the Julius Erving Golf Classic.
You know what? He does it every year. It's always a lot of fun for a great cause, and he's dedicated, and that makes me happy to be involved. I like dedication to something. When it's a cause and you're really into it, that's all good.
PGD Design. They have been phenomenal down the stretch to sponsor. You've been a big part of that. Timmy Perry. That was Tim Perry. He just walked by us. Oh my God, that was Tim Perry who just walked by us.
But listen, not everybody stops for the voice.
He's a big fan.
Not everybody stops for the voice, though. Not everybody stops for the voice.
And
I do because I like you.
Well, I appreciate that.
I'm one of the few, actually.
Oh, stop it. Great to see you. Jake Schwartz again here with Reggie Theus. Thank you, Reggie. I know I say this quote a lot. Stars, legends born. This guy's certainly one of them. One of the great announcers and football players, Ahmad Rashad. Welcome to the Voice of Reason.
Oh, thank you. Nice to be here.
It's good to have you on here, and tell us about Julius Erving. I know you and him are very, very close, and you've always been a very big part of my childhood and a lot of people's childhood by NBA Inside stuff.
Right, well, you know, Julius is not only one of the greatest basketball players that ever played, he's a wonderful, wonderful man. And having this opportunity to come down here and help him with his charity, do all the things that we can do for a wonderful reason, it's just, it's a pleasure to be here.
Well, every time we get a chance to watch you, we learn so much, and to be able to meet you is such an honor, and I'm blown away by the fact I'm here with one of my favorite announcers and former football players. I never got a chance to see you play, though.
I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Great to talk with you. We'll catch up. Jake Schwartz again here with Ahmad Rashad. And Stars continue to make their way down here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and indeed I have one of them here, one of my favorite ball players, the great announcer on NBA on TNT, Charles Barkley. It's always great to see you, and we don't spend enough time together.
Well, I'm glad to be here. The Borgata is a wonderful place, but obviously we're here for Doc.
Yes.
And raise some money for charity. So it's going to be a fun night.
Yes, and you're a big fan of him. You're also a good friend of his. Tell us about it, and we're going to then, we'll let you go.
Well, he's treated me like a son for over 30 years. Gave me a lot of advice on life, how to save my money, how to dress, things like that.
You do that on NBA on TNT. That's how you know.
Well, I love my job, but Doc taught me a lot about life. You know, you're a young kid from Alabama, and all of a sudden you get a lot of money and a lot of fame. It's not as easy as people think it is. But to have a guy like that who, at one point, was probably one of the most recognized people in the entire world, it was an honor and a privilege.
And you've certainly shown that as the Round Mountain Rebound. Charles, as always, we thank you for stopping by. A pleasure as always to see you, and we'll catch up with you. Jake Schwartz with Charles Barkley, the Round Mountain Rebound.
Thank you, man.
All right, great to see you, pal.
All right, you take care of yourself.
All right, buddy. My old buddy. I saw this guy. I had this guy on 2 years ago. One of the great comedians and actors of all time. I'm talking about the legendary Chris Tucker. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
So good to see you. And I want to again say I'm overhearing. Did I overhear Rush Hour 4?
You know, me and Jackie are working on something. We're trying to get something else going together, so hopefully we can get it together.
Where's my part? I didn't get an invitation.
We'll work on that. We'll see what happens.
Tell us about Julius Erving. I remembered you two are Atlanta residents. You've had the opportunity to know each other for many, many years. Did I overhear he supports your charity?
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, and but I live in Vegas. But Julius Erving comes to my tournament when he can and support it. I do it in Atlanta, Georgia. And he's such a great guy, and even though he's this huge icon, he's still just he's down to earth, humble guy, and so it's an honor to be here, a part of his events.
And you're still doing comedy, is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
How are you enjoying that?
I love it. Get to go out and tell true life things that happen in my life and true stories. So it's great.
Well, you're always welcome on the Voice of Reason anytime. We will definitely talk soon. Again, thank you for being here, and have a great and wonderful evening here at AC New Jersey.
Good to see you again.
Jake Schwartz again here with the incredible, I'm talking about the guy who has one great line. Nobody understands the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Nobody understood it.
Nobody understood my words anyway. Well, I speak a lot of gibberish. Well, when I get nervous, half of that nobody understands. Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure to see you. Jake Schwartz again here with the intolerable comedian Chris Tucker. I've mentioned before we have many of the great athletes, but we have some of the great singers. I'm talking about Johnny Gill. Johnny, how are you?
I am wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
So good to have you back here on the Voice of Reason for the 5th annual Julius Erving Golf Classic.
Yes.
You've been coming here every year, I believe.
Yeah, well, last year, I performed. So this year, I get to let my hair down, have some fun, and take that weight off. But I'm just going to have some fun.
Well, speaking of weight, you look like $1 million. I don't care what anybody's saying.
Wow.
Tell us about Julius.
Man, he's just the ultimate leader. And I grew up watching him, idolizing him, watching how he carried himself, not just on the court, but off the court.
Yes.
And he has been such a great leader and a great example. And I keep telling everybody, we all have to do our part in giving back and trying to help our communities and helping to make sure that we're going to make and leave something here for others to be able to carry on for us. So it's a blessing. He's leading, like I said, by example. And I told him anytime I'm off, I'm here to help.
Yeah, and it seems like, when Julius dominated the basketball world in the 80s, you did that very well in the music world. Yeah. Do you feel like there was sort of an alliance that could have come between the two of you?
Well,
Imagine what you two would have been like together.
I can only imagine it's getting greatness and good. I could never claim myself to be great like him. He was just the ultimate. But, it's just being inspired. And the great thing about art, you don't have to necessarily be in the same form to just be inspired. And that's what he was and has always been to all of us. So
and that's what you always will be in the music world. John,
by the way, yesterday, my album, Game Changer.
You're still making music.
Just came out. It's at #1 right now.
Is it really?
On
I did not know that.
iTunes. That's right, holding at #1.
The gentleman, by the way, on the right, we will talk about that. I want to get my first order. Please do. Johnny Gill, a pleasure to see you here on Voice of Reason.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Right. Johnny Gill, again, the legendary musician here on the Voice of Reason. And, of course, we have to have two of my favorite hosts, the lovely fashionista Seema Sadaker, and hopefully we're going to be joined in a few moments by Jay Harris of ESPN. But first off, you look lovely as always. Congratulations on this, the 5th annual Dr. J Golf Classic. What does this mean to you?
I mean, this is a dream come true to be able to not only host the event but produce the event.
Yes.
For Julius Erving. It's an honor. I mean, what he's done for the community in Philadelphia, and now moving it to Atlantic City. I know this is his favorite city. Borgata is his favorite hotel, casino, and spa. He loves it here, so I know how much this means to him, and we're just excited to be here, celebrate Salvation Army, our beneficiary, and grab a ball and play and give back, and that's what it's about.
You're doing many of these events. You recently did one for Jalen Rose in Detroit.
I did.
How was that?
It was amazing.
Just pretty much similar to this.
I mean, it's similar, but you can't beat Dr. J.
No.
I mean, it's Julius Erving. He's an icon, and this is just it's very special. I mean, as they all are, but there's something very special about Julius to us.
Yes, and you've had so far it's been a great weekend. The Salvation Army at the Sixers facility. Tomorrow, the golf outing itself. Overall, your thoughts on what has this weekend been like?
I mean, I think golf is our pinnacle, and it brings so many people together. It's a unifier, and we're just really excited to bring so many partners, celebrities, guests, families, to celebrate an amazing icon.
And how about this guy on the right? He'll hopefully be joining us in a few moments. I'm talking about ESPN Sports Center anchor Jay Harris. What has he met as another host?
I mean, Jay Harris is my big brother. He's been by my side. I mean, hosting was really not my thing, and so he's just really made me feel comfortable, and we have a great time and a great friendship, and so I'm lucky to have him by my side.
Well, you look like $1 million. Every time I see you, I always love to see you. Can we bring this gentleman?
Don't tell her
here?
that.
Jay Harris,
Don't tell her that.
the pride of ESPN. First of all, it's so good to see you
Good to see
again.
you too.
And I understand that you were on SportsCenter this morning and you just drove from Connecticut again.
Yes.
How do you do it? I asked that question.
What?
The travel.
That's
well, I'm
easy.
used to it. We all do it.
No,
right?
especially for something like this. I mean, it's not. This is fun. You want to do this.
Well, I was going to say you should want to. We're talking about one word or one name, the Doctor, Julius Erving. What is it like being a host of this, the Julius Erving Golf Classic?
He's someone that I can honestly say that I've followed and wanted to be since I was a child. We share a birthday.
I do.
Yes, we do. And he's just one of those guys that just still exudes cool and class. And I'm just honored to be in the same room with him.
And you've had a fabulous career, and we see you every morning at 7:30 a.m. How has that been going? And you've got to be having a lot of fun now that this is 40 years of ESPN.
I'm having a ball every day when I drive onto campus. It's a brand new day when I see those 4 letters. I still get excited. So I love it.
Well, First of all, I want to say on behalf of Voice of Reason, congratulations to you, Seema Sadaker, and the doctor on this, and Dougie Fresh on this, the 5th annual Dr. J Golf Classic. You're always a delight, and we're always happy to come back here and do this anytime.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Jay Harris again, and Seema Sadaker on the Voice of Reason. Sir, Jeffrey Osborne, how much fun have you been having here this weekend?
It hasn't even started. You know, I mean, we were here last night, but this is where we really kick it up and ramp it up. This is the big fun tonight.
That's right, and I'm the voice, and you're Jeffrey Osborne.
That's
I got to
right.
at least get my name right, though. But Julius Erving itself, you've been coming here. We've been seeing you every year for the last 3 years. Your thoughts on this event?
Yeah, I've been here for the whole thing for 5 years. Yeah.
Yes.
My thoughts are it's an incredible event. It's one of the classiest events I've been to because I go to all the tournaments. You know, I have a tournament also. Yes. Julius has one. Cedric has one. George, we go to each other's. We reciprocate. We make sure that we help each other out. It's just a class event, though. I mean, I wouldn't miss it. You know, I love what he does with the Red Cross. I think the Red Cross is one of the most important organizations that we have in this country. So it's important to support them.
Yes. Yes, congratulations. It's good to have you again. We thank you for being here at Borgata Hotel.
All right.
Jeffrey Osborne. That's just Jeffrey Osborne. Let's bring him on here again. We saw this guy earlier today on the field. Yes, we were at the game.
You was at the game?
We were in the nosebleeds. Keith Byars, my good buddy, the legendary Keith Byars. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason.
Always good to be here.
And to you and to your lovely wife, who of course are here. Yeah. Hello, nice to see you. We'll get to about this in a few seconds, but let's talk about why we're all here. 3 letters. DRJ, Dr. J, 5 years and counting, and it just gets better and better every year.
Absolutely. You know, Dr. J is my childhood hero. You know, I had 3, Roberto Clemente, Muhammad Ali, and Dr. J. And so to get to know Dr. J, be here in Philadelphia at the same time when he was still playing basketball was truly, one of the highlights of my career. And anytime, he needs me to help him in any way, shape, or form to help, the community, I'm just a phone call away.
And today you were honored at the Eagles game. Tell us about that.
It's always, Philadelphia's my second home,
yes.
So it always feels good to come back home. And the Eagles asked me to, come in for the game and to see them down 17-0. I'm like, y'all didn't ask me to come and witness this. So I had to give the players a few evil looks on the sidelines. Then next to Deshaun Jackson's going deep, and they turned it around right after that.
Yeah.
So
that was a great third quarter. Seems that there's a lot of work to be done. Your thoughts on that? They have Atlanta this weekend. Matt Ryan. That's a good challenge. It's a good test as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's a long season. It's an NFL season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So 1 week at a time. And so got the first one under your belt. Can't win them all till you win the first one. So they got number 1 and Atlanta on Sunday night. It's going to be an awesome game, but they're going to be ready.
So we can't ask if you think this team is bound for the Super Bowl.
Well, everybody's bound for the Super Bowl in September. Ask me again in October, but right now I feel real good about it, which way the direction the team's going.
You both look great. Always good to see you. I'm talking about the legendary Keith Byars here at the Borgata Hotel at the Dr. J Golf Classic.
Thank you very much.
Again, good to see you both. Festus Ezeli, it's great to see you as always, sir. Congratulations on winning, I believe it was a year ago, NBA champion Festus Ezeli. Great. And first of all, I overheard this is your first year here at the Dr. J Golf Classic. What can you say about a legend like the Doctor?
Oh my gosh, this is why I'm here. I'm here for my big brother. It's just exciting to be here to support him, that's all.
Tell us about what's going on with you these days.
Rehabbing, working my way back. I'm a free agent at the moment, and I'll be back in the NBA at some point this year.
And your thoughts again on what it's been like in the NBA. It just seems that the East could be. It's been a great shakeup with the East, shakeup with the West. Kevin Durant's gone. He's in Brooklyn now. He's teaming up with Kyrie Irving. What are your thoughts as we get ready for the 2019-2020 NBA season?
Honestly, how can you not love it? This is the beauty of sports. We get to reshuffle the decks, but this year it feels like everybody reshuffled, and it's really exciting to see what happens.
Yeah, we have a live show, by the way, every other Monday night. You're always welcome on. The legendary Festus Ezeli here on The Voice of Reason.
I appreciate it.
Great to see you again, as always, my friend. There's a great night with stars and superstars, and there's always a foundation for a drug-free world. I'm talking about the sponsor of the drug-free world. He's part of the many sponsors, I believe, here tonight. Absolutely. Dr. Bernard Fialkoff, Director of Caribbean and Central America. Bernard, welcome.
Thank you, Jacob.
It's great to have you on here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thank you. And first of all, want to say how happy it is to have you on here. You think of 3 letters, DRJ. Dr. J, your thoughts on 5 straight years. You know, I had a chance to talk with at least 2 of the hosts. Can you say anything better like this?
Hey, you know what? We were at his camp the other day.
Yes.
And he invited us down. This is Drug Free World. For those of you listening, basically what Julius and we are doing as a group is actually educating kids. You know, kids are our future.
Yes. Yeah, that was the first day is always one of the best days when Julius hosts children and gets to come down to the Sixers facility in Camden, gets an opportunity, if kids get an opportunity to meet great legends, and of course Julius himself. What was the thing you learned the most when you were there yesterday?
You know what, Julius, and I can see why he was a great man, great basketball player. He's calm, he's serene, like he was on the court. You know, he just has confidence. But the thing I really saw about him, he's a unique and genuine human being. He actually cares about the kids. And, you know, when he spoke to the kids, what took me is how he talked to them just like he was talking to adults. I was really blown away. And so I realized I just took his cue, spoke to them the same way. We told them about this program we have with drug education, Drug Free World. By the way, the viewers could see this on drugfreeworld.org. I want to let you guys know it's free. That's why Julius has brought us. There's no charge to you, and we're more than happy to work with you, so let us know.
Where are you, where are you currently living these days?
Well, we're in Long Island, up in North Hills, yeah.
Okay, and I was just about to say it's been near and dear to his heart, but tell us about that. I mean, it just seems that, you know, when we bring in gentlemen like yourself, how long have you officially been a doctor?
Okay, well, I've been a doctor for 40 years. Very unique story. My dad was a Cuban doctor, so I was born in Cuba.
Cuban, right?
I'm a Cuban guy.
Yes.
You're so cool.
I can hear the accents.
But you are very sharp. Wow.
We were waiting on the exactly what kind of accent it was, but we knew that it's a Central American accent. It's close.
You're very close.
It was either Cuban or I could have seen Italian or Russian.
Havana.
No, I'm thinking a little Havana. It sounds like, and that's where you're from.
Havana, Cuba.
Now, how long have you lived in New York?
Actually, since '62.
Wow.
Jacob, when Castro came in, we came to the U.S. for freedom.
Yeah.
And
so just about close to almost 57 years you've lived in the United States.
Long time.
It just seems like yesterday when you left Havana, though. But you can find this gentleman again in Long Island, New York. If you have any other questions and we have your information, we will definitely catch up with you because we are looking for sponsors on the live Voice of Reason. Any help would be appreciated.
You got it, Jacob, and I'll be glad to work with you on the program. Let us know.
Thank you, Doctor. Always great to talk to you. I honestly, when you said that I was a future announcer, I couldn't be more happier. I said, I got to have this guy on.
You know what? My greatest ability, people say to me, in fact, Bobby Hunter, Globetrotter, sometimes says to me,
really?
Yes, he's my buddy. He says, Doc, you scare me. I said, why do I scare you, Bobby? He goes, because everything you say comes true. So you know what? When you become an announcer, you pull me over and I'll be there with you.
Thank you, Doctor. Great to have you. Enjoy this wonderful, evening. We're the greatest of all time, the greatest player, Sixer of all time, Julius Winfield Erving, the host of the Dr. J Golf Classic. Sir, a pleasure to see you as always. Tell us about what this means to you, 5 years and counting.
Well, thanks for the compliment. I'm not going to just accept that and disrespect so many players who played for the Sixers, the Wilt Chamberlains of the world, and the Billy Cunninghams and Moses Malone, and so on and so forth. So I might be the most relevant of all the guys.
I agree with that.
But I don't know if I'm the greatest, but, you know, it's a fan's vote. And coming here this year, for us, this is year 5 doing this, so we kind of know what we're doing. And we just have some variation in our audience this time around. It's going to be a little bit different, maybe except for our sponsors, but certainly for our local supporters. Yes. And if we can get support here in Atlantic City, I think it's going to be great. Great for Atlantic City as well as great for us.
And how was the day yesterday at the complex?
Yeah, we had a community day, and it was super. Salvation Army was the beneficiary. They gave us a lot of kids to work with. And our clinicians did a great job. They came from Jefferson's Philadelphia University women's basketball team.
Yes.
Along with their coach, Coach Shirley. And they've been here every year in our community day. And I think that continues to grow, which
Tom's
is a nice
good friend of mine, and he'll appreciate the compliment. We'll let you go because I know you've got a lot of people to talk with. Dr. Julius, it's so good to see you.
Thank you.
As always, we'll chat with you very soon.
All right.
Julius Erving, the doctor. himself. Again, the night is down, but I'll tell you what, this man here himself, he had some fine days in his career. I'm talking about the great Big Ten player, one of my favorite Sixers, and one of my good friends, Jimmy Jackson. Jimmy, it's always a pleasure to have you here at the Dr. J Golf Classic. This is, I believe, year number 2 for you.
Yeah, it is. It's fun, man. I'm just fortunate enough to be able to call Doc a friend.
Yes.
I had a chance to spend a lot of time with him last year in China during the NBA preseason games over there, and just sitting with the man and understanding his lineage, what he's been through, playing career, just everything about him and what he's doing right now. So when Doc asks you to come and play, you play.
Well, you yourself are doing that in kind of a different role. You're a broadcaster now. You're a coach of the Big Three, which, by the way, I've been having a lot of discussions. I spoke with Clyde Drexel, the commissioner of the Big Three. Tell us about Big Three basketball.
Ice Cube and Jeff Quatnez did a phenomenal job of growing the league. I mean, the vision itself 3 years ago to have the audacity to think that people would want to come out and watch former NBA players play 3-on-3 half court. What were they thinking? It's genius. It's genius.
Yeah, everybody's telling me that it's never going to work, and I said, well, watch the games. They're on live TV. You see some of the best players that we grew up watching, and I think it can only get better with possibly the addition of Kobe. And, I still think there's names.
It's so many, but the level of play, I think, the coaches now understand how to draft the right players. What about what we've been able to do the last 2 years? Lisa Leslie, Nancy Lieberman-Klein, 2 female coaches in a male-dominated league.
Can you believe that?
Have won it back-to-back, Coach of the Year. But that's the foresight, that's the vision of what Ice Cube and Jeff Quatnez wanted with this league, was that it's an extension of guys' playing career and coaching career, okay? And I'm fortunate enough that I call the games, so I've been there since day one to watch it grow, and the evolution of where we're going is only getting better.
Tell us about Big East basketball. This should be a great year again. Villanova could be in the hunt. New coaches, new faces, new places. Tell us what we're expecting.
Another exciting season. I mean, Villanova's
You're also
always
doing
be
Big
there.
Ten too, right?
Well, Big Ten, Big East, Georgetown, I think has gotten better. Providence is still going to be there. I mean, you really need St. John's, I think, really to beef it up a little bit more. So
I like Mike Anderson.
And you like Mike Anderson, so you have some addition by subtraction. What I mean is that Mike now is in there, lost some key guys, but he'll bring his own coaching sound flavor to the game. But Big East basketball is Big East basketball, just like Big Ten. It's going to be very competitive, a lot of fun, a lot of new faces, but the old guards are still there.
We got to spend more time with you. We don't spend enough time. Jim Jackson, again, you're always welcome on our live edition. Again, it's every other Monday night. Jim Jackson here on The Voice of Reason. Thank you, sir. Let's bring in the MC of your Philadelphia Sixers, Christian Crosby. Welcome to The Voice of Reason.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, it's great to see you, and you look phenomenal as always.
Hold on.
Oh, boy. Here it comes. We're waiting on that. So tell us again what it's. First of all, tell us what it's meant to be a part of the Dr. J Golf Classic.
Dude,
5 years and counting.
I'm a young kid from Voorhees, grew up watching the Philadelphia 76ers, learning about tales of the Doc and what he's done for the game, falling in love with him, falling in love with Allen Iverson, getting a job with the Sixers, working my way up the ranks, and becoming someone who actually personally knows that man. Ridiculous.
Yes.
Very blessed, very honored to be here. I like to have fun, but man, just to be in the presence of all these greats.
Well, you're the MC of this event.
That is correct.
And an MC of the Sixers. How long?
I've been with the Sixers for 10 plus years. I've been hosting for about 5. I'm not the main host. Seema and Jay Harris are going to shut it down, but me and Matt Cord are going to get up there and have some fun.
Well,
too. Speaking of hosts, Archie.
Yes, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. This is, of course,
I think
yes.
it's about that time.
Yes, it is. We wish we could go in, but we'll definitely, when the time is right. Well, if they ever let us, they probably. Oh boy.
Together, you and me, those are not.
I don't even know. I really don't even know these words. Chris, tell us about what the Sixers are going to be like this year. Al Horford is in.
Dude,
Jimmy
come on,
Butler
listen to
is
me.
out.
Look at me in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And that's all I have to say, because if you're a Sixers fan, you know, like I know, in your heart of hearts, that this year is going to be special. Now, I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen. I can tell you what I think is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is something we haven't seen before. And now I'm really excited about it. Seriously, this team has just gotten better and better and better each year, and I don't think we've stopped. I think we have definitely improved. I think that we have a big shot, and everyone's going for the W. We're not just playing basketball. We're trying to win. And I'm excited about it. See
well,
what
we
happens.
hope that you'll do the same inside the Borgata.
Absolutely.
Chris, always good
Come
to
on,
see
man.
you. Always a pleasure.
Philly loves a winner.
Philly loves a voice, I heard.
Yours
Philly
too,
loves
right?
a golden voice, I heard.
Hey,
Gentlemen,
man,
great to
appreciate
see you
Love
as
you,
always.
brother.
You were
Have a
great.
good one.
You were
For
great,
sure.
of course, being behind the carpet, and now you're going to go and have some fun. Christian Crosby among many guests here on the Voice of Reason here at the Borgata Hotel and Casino. Well, it was a wonderful night here at the Borgata Hotel and Casino. We welcome you back here again to another edition of Voice of Reason. Jake Schwartz again, bringing you all the action. And don't forget, tomorrow night, it's live on Facebook at Voice of Reason fan page, on Twitter, Periscope, Jacob Schwartz 23, and on the YouTube channel at Voice of Reason. Thank you again. Go out to all of our hosts, guests, and stars that joined us again here tonight. And I want to remind everybody again, on September 9th, tomorrow, in the early afternoon, this video, this interviews will be available to the public on our Voice of Reason YouTube channel. Until then, from all of us in Atlantic City, New Jersey, I'm Jake Schwartz. Good night, everybody.